Howdy. Oh, how you all doing today? Today is Saturday. About 20 to 2 right now. What I wanted to talk about today was this. For the last 8 years, I've done a lot of research in the areas I've been at. And I've hit a milestone. My research up in this area has come to a completion. Okay, I'm done. Done in that area after 8 years. Right now I'm right in the middle of relocating, and I've been kind of multitasking, guys. I'm trying to do my research and I'm trying to move at the same time, and that's one of the reasons I've been kind of kept away from the mountains, just taking care of business down here. But where I'm relocating at, let me just put it this way, I got this shitty grin on my face for the hell of it. So, here's the bottom line. After 8 years of research, and where I was at was northeastern part of the Sierra Nevada mountains. And I completed my research there. And now we've covered a lot of ground. Buku square miles. It started around 4,500 feet elevation. We worked ourselves clear up to about 8 to 8,500 feet elevation. And we researched in between all that. Now you're probably all interested in what the hell did I really see out there and what the hell did I really find. There's going to be some things I'm not going to talk about. There's some mysteries I came across. I'm going to keep it to myself because I'm researching still on those areas. Now, what have we accomplished up here in 8 years? Well, the bottom line is this. I have accomplished more than anybody ever has in what I'm doing. And I cover a wide range of research that's incorporated in my particular method of research, which nobody, and I repeat, nobody has or uses the kind of methods I do because I created them. No one else did, I did. So, this is what I know. In the 8 years, I have documented and researched on 3 groups, 3 bona fide groups. These 3 groups are in 3 different areas. Group 1 was the first group that we came across and we researched on for a couple years. That was at an elevation of around 4,500 feet. That particular group of hominins were not like the other 2. They appeared to have intelligence, but not as much intelligence as the other 2 groups that I researched on. The first group seemed to be a little bit more territorial. They were aggressive. It was kind of a situation where you had to be really methodical about it. If you came in and they would know it, forget about it. They evade you. I got to the point where we could sneak in on them from time to time, and that's when we had some really awesome interactions. In that particular area, we have had strange, mysterious things happen to us, such as all of a sudden our cameras wouldn't work. It didn't matter if we had new batteries or the equipment was new. Across the board, it didn't matter. They malfunctioned. I experienced that here and there in the 8 years. Also with that group, they at least 3 or 4 different times in that couple-year period, they actually literally surrounded us. And a few times they even exposed themselves to us in a threatening manner. Intimidation. It was aggressive intimidation. And we stood our ground. We stood our ground. We still continued not to show any intent of any harm or any intent of aggressiveness towards them. I believe as a researcher that is why they backed off from us on not really getting full-blown aggressive. Although there was many a times they had thrown debris at us. They have intimidated us in about every manner you can think of. They really screw with your mind. So, then we went on up to the higher elevations, and around 5,500 feet elevation, we came across another group. Now the members of this group consisted of about 8 to 9 members. Only one female I know of. There could have been 2, but only one that I know of. In the first group, there was 1 female that we knew for sure. So at this point in time in research, I do know that the females are rare. As I suspected, they are rare, and they cherish the hell out of them. And they will protect them with their lives, as well as their youngins. I know this is true, but you would do the same as a human. But remember, these guys are part of us. They are part human. The second group was a little bit more intelligent than the first group. Territorial in a manner where they used a lot of markers, as in wood markers and rock markers. Now with the first group, we didn't find that so much with. Never really came across anything that was constructed, never really came across anything that you would consider any kind of marker, whether it be wood or stone. Maybe a little bit more lines of more on the primitive, and that's group 1. Now group 2, a little bit more intelligent. Now these guys like to build things, they like to construct things. They do use markers in various appropriate manners. They're used as symbols. They represent something, as in water, a place to travel. Even they mark it out where they have what I call a pit stop or point of rest. Now these kind of places you would be aware of, because you see the fact of the matter is you would come across like a little nesting area, or look like a little hut they constructed. That is a resting area, see, because I do know for a fact they do not dwell on the surface. They dwell below the surface, as their predators, or their ancestors did, Erectus and Ergaster, and as some early man did, period. It's a better deal. I finally came across, or the second group, or excuse me, the third group, is the same as the second group. Same intelligence level, same all the way across the board, and the reason is, it dawned on me later on doing that research, is that the two groups, group 2 and 3, are linked together, they are related. I believe it was a big group and they split in two different sides. That was the one I documented as the north side group and one is the south side group. Each one had females accordingly. They protected their territory in a different manner. They weren't as aggressive as the first group, maybe because of the fact of a little bit more intelligence. More of a curiosity type. They like to watch us, study us, and they learn from us. The biggest lesson they have learned from us is the very first simple lesson. They don't trust us. They don't trust human beings. And it's very understandable why. I myself, I would not trust it either, because I know what we are and what we do. And that is one of the main reasons they do evade us. They see us go out in their world and we intervene in their world. They're not intervening in ours. You have to understand that. We are in their world. And of course they're going to protect their world, what's left of it. And occasionally, very aggressively. They have seen us do things to each other. They have seen us do things to other animals in the woods, and especially in the woods. That, like I said, that's their home. And every time anybody goes in there and we do such bad deeds, so to speak, we're violating their home. You understand that? We're violating their home. It's not ours. They've been here longer than us. They earned it. They earned that right. We haven't. Group 2 and 3, very productive group. They have constructed and built a lot of different types of items. I've recorded TVs, nests. Then, like I said, the nests are not for breeding grounds or anything like that. That is done elsewhere. Those are resting areas, like I said. And they also use them to set up ambushes for prey. They're also used for that. When the group 2 and 3, when they mark their territory out and let you know the fact that they are territorial, that is the groups where me and Garland came across the big X marker, which is the first X marker ever found, ever really explained to anybody what it really was and what it meant and what it was there for. And without a doubt, the largest X marker ever documented on video. It speaks for itself very explicitly, loud and clear. It was stay the hell out of our territory. And as you all know, down the road, all of a sudden, other researchers are finding X markers. Well, we all know who found the first ones. So they use different types of varieties of civilizations and symbols. And they're extremely vocal. They do like to communicate a lot. Group 1, we didn't hear that so much. Group 2 and 3, I have been right close where I've heard them having conversations with each other, is what I call It's a gibberish. It's a gibberish. It's some kind of a chatter. I call it more gibberish. And it's very hard. You can't understand it. Up there, we've heard him bark, yelp calls, screams. We have found multiple evidence of footprints. I could go on and on. The bottom line is, up in that area for the last 8 years, DNI have produced and found more evidence than anybody, period, in this business. And that's a fact. Everything I've done in all these years, it's all documented on paper, and it's documented on video. This will suffice forever. This is a roadmap for continuous research. Now, the time has come to wrap it up here in this part of the Sierras. There's no more I could do, guys. I've done it all up here. There's just nothing left for me to do. I'm getting kind of bored now because I've done it all. I have, without a shadow of a doubt, I've accumulated enough evidence, and that of also writing and publishing 3 different theories on the subject. I will tell you this. These hybrid hominins, they're real, they do exist, and they will be around, and I do mean this, they will still be around when we're gone. And the only thing I could say about modern Homo sapiens, let's get off your narrow butts and take care of business, because you're going to lose it. It's kind of ironic, it hits me that way, where I've been dealing with something that goes back millions of years, but they seem to have more intelligence than we do. Absorb that one, because I'm speaking the truth. Now, I got a beckon a call to somewhere else. This which brings in why I'm relocating. I have positioned myself in an area, what I call the center pocket of the Sierra Nevada mountains, and this is an area we have never researched. As a matter of fact, nobody has. It's totally untouched. A complete, how would you say, a complete version of any kind of research. As she's ready for it. I am the one that's going to do it. Because if anybody can get in there and really find out what's there, it's going to be me. Reason why? Because I have more knowledge up here, more than any of them put together on this subject. And it's very simple to understand why. Because I come up with all the evidence. I've already put this together, guys. I know what they are, and I know exactly what I'm dealing with, see? And when I get up in there, I'm not going to tell you where it's going to be at yet. That's going to be a surprise. I'll just put it this way. Once I enter in there, I'm in uncharted waters. It's going to take every ounce of knowledge I have to navigate through there, so to speak. It's going to take everything I know to make it happen. And I will find what I want to find in there. Trust me on that one. I will find it. Anybody out, there's people that know me, and they know it's a fact. If anybody could find it, Danny Boy can. you could put your money on that one. That's a guaranteed win. I will find what's in there. I also suspect there's going to be new mysteries I'm going to find in there, and I'm ready to embrace it. And to be honest, I am really, really stoked. I'm excited as hell. What I'm about to venture into, guys, to be as a researcher and a field researcher in the subjects that I research on, this is a gold mine to me. The main vein, that's where I'm going to venture into. And it's going to be a hell of a ride, guys. So, you guys ready for another roller coaster ride? Because now I'm just kicking up my research up another notch. It's going to get crazy. It's going to get a little insane. And it's going to be one hell of an adventure. That I promise. Now, what do you suppose I might come across up there? Let's see if I find the same kind of evidence in there as I had in the other parts of the Sierra Nevada mountains. Okay? Now the other thing is, I know when these hybrids got here to North America, and I know where they came from, and I know their origins. Oh, this gives me a lot of ammo to work with, you see, because I'm so knowledgeable about them. And because of the fact that I know what they are, I'm right on top of it. And I've said it before, sometimes I feel like I'm back 2 million years ago, and I'm running out in the forest with the hominins. So, I wanted to do this video to let you know what was going on and why I'm not back up here anymore. And that's why. So, it's time to move on with my research. I'll be in a different area. When I get there and get settled in, I will do a video, and that's what I'm going to let you know what's going on. I will end it like this. I have already done some interviewing with people in that area where I've relocated to. I already know for a fact there's 3 to 4 unreported sightings in this area where I'm going. Actually, where these sightings are at is basically where I'm relocating to. I'm putting myself about right in the middle of it. And I also know that this has been going on in that area for quite a long time, and the people that live in that area, they're used to it. It doesn't bother them, and I've had experienced that before through other interviews. And I have done a lot of mingling in a little town, the old little coffee shop. I'm reaching out to people. I'm giving out my business card. They know who I am. They've seen me on National Geographic. And they talk to me. No hesitation, they just pour it out to me. All I can say is this, guys. Like I said, see that shady grin? I'm in a gold mine. I'll just put it that way. I got a lot of work ahead of me up there, and it's going to be a kick in the butt. Believe you me that. A kick in the butt. Boo-goo. So, there you go. That's what I wanted to let you know, because I'm going to be out of here by next week. I'll be up to my new place next week. So until then, keep an eye on my next video. I should put one up in about give me about 2 weeks. I gotta get a little settled in, and I got some work to do too when I get there. So I'm gonna let you guys go now. I hope you liked this video, and we'll talk some more. I gotta go, guys. I'm gonna get some rest. Bye.